Hey, what is up everybody? This is Derek from Game & Skins and welcome to my channel! So, I'll be talking about personal finance, stock investing, and money saving tips, so let's dive in! What are you doing? Are you still playing the lottery? I'm ordering you to stop! So, sit back, relax, let's talk about what this channel is all about and this episode. So this episode we'll be talking about Pollard Banknote and the controlling company, Pollard Equities. So let's get into what is the lottery. Scratch tickets, buying 649, Powerball, Supermax, anything that deals with gambling. So sit back, relax, stop buying those lottery tickets, stop paying the stupid tax, and let's go into talking about the lottery. So what is the history of gambling? Well, back there's lots of evidence in history that shows that gambling has been with humanity since the early Egyptians, almost 3000 BC. And what do we know? We do know that sometimes gambling was seen as a way of communicating with the gods. But it wasn't until the 15th century that governments around the world started to use the lottery, especially in Europe, to finance what their big projects are, war, and a way to generate money. And this is a way for governments to not levy a tax, which is highly unpopular, and a way for people to enjoy themselves and to make the prospect of more money. So let's talk about the current lottery industry around the world. Lafleur's Lottery Almanac of 2019 say that the total revenues from the lottery has garnered about $300 billion. That's a B in terms of billion. And it's incredible how much people spend on lottery tickets. The worldwide lottery ticket manufacturing industry is worth about $900 million. So you have producers all around the world trying to compete for those $300 billion to make sure that they're manufacturing the lottery tickets or the scratch tickets or anything that deals with like bingo and sports gaming, online internet gambling, and the like. So how do we gamble? Let's count the ways, people. So here we have lottery video terminals, aka slot machines. You have bingo. You have vending machines that crank out those lottery tickets for you, especially those scratch and win tickets. You got lottery management services, things that companies need that would supply for the governments to manage their lottery system. You have sports gaming. That is huge that's going on right now. You heard of DraftKings. DraftKings is getting really into the online gambling system. You have iLottery, internet gaming. That is going on right now, especially with COVID. A lot of people are stuck at home, not knowing what to do, and it's getting kind of bored. So let's start gambling at home, people. And you have paper tickets. People still go to the convenience store, buying those Powerballs, 649, Lotto Max tickets as a way to please win the millions. And you have also charitable gaming machines, things like bingo halls that you see at the Veterans Hall, and a way for them to generate income. You have licensed products. You have WWE, the wrestling, giving their logos to scratch and win tickets as a way for them to generate money, and also to make it more appealing for other customers that would be connected with that industry. And lottery dispensers, lottery ticket dispensers, point of sale displays. You know, without a good display, you can't really sell a product. So by having a very flashy, colorful lottery display vending machine, that way it can garner and attract people to, fork out a few dollars and a way to spend their pocket change to hopefully, maybe win. So that's the hope. And that's what they're trying to do. And as you can see at convenience stores that they're trying to make it more colorful as a way to attract more dollars away from your pockets. And that is a way for them to earn more money. And you have interactive digital games and website development. And this is terribly important. If you want to make the lottery attractive and trusted, you have to make sure that it looks professional, because no one's going to give away money knowing that, they know they're going to lose. So why not make it more attractive, letting them know might lose, but you can also dream that you're going to win that huge stack of cash. So are you still planning to gamble? Are you still planning to buy those scratch tickets? Are you still planning to buy those Powerball tickets? Well, I want you to stop, because I'm going to tell you a guaranteed way of making money from the lottery system. So here it is. Here's a secret. If you want to earn money from the lottery system, why don't you invest in a business that makes money from the lottery system? And here I will bring you to this company called Pollard Banknote. Pollard Banknote is a company that's listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's a stock, and it is a Canadian company. It's based out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Manitoba is right in the middle of Canada, for those who don't know. And it is a company that has over 100 years of history. It's run by the 4th generation of the Pollard family, and it is making tons of money. It has the majority of printing for scratch tickets, the stuff that you see at the convenience stores. It also does the program internet management system for these local lotteries. It has a lot of customers in many of the states, especially, and also the provinces of Canada and the United States, and also in the world. And it has advertised itself as the 2nd largest iLottery management system for the United States. It is the largest printer, about 85% market share for scratch tickets in Canada. It's the 2nd largest provider of charitable lottery programs in North America. So why is this so important? It's important for you to understand that you can't really earn that much money from the lottery. There's no guaranteed way of making money from the lottery because the odds are stacked against you. Millions and millions of percent stacked against you. The odds of you winning is more likely for you to be hit by lightning than to win the lottery. So by investing in this company called Pollard Banknote, you have a chance to get a piece of the pie of people who pay the stupid tax and for you to make money from this industry. And this gets to my point of letting you know that Pollard Banknote is owned by the Pollard family through this company called Pollard Equities Limited. And through Pollard Equities, they have absolute control of Pollard Banknote. More than 60% of Pollard Banknote is owned by Pollard Equities. And the Pollard Equities is controlled by 3 members of the Pollard family. And these 3 members are brothers. They're descendants of the founder of Pollard Banknote. And Pollard Banknote used to be this old printing company that pivoted towards wanting to manufacture the $1 bills for Canada. But the Bank of Canada said, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So they had to pivot. They had to pivot again, and this time towards higher value printing, which dealt with the scratch tickets, and they went through that and they succeeded, and now they're pivoting towards more information management, program management for the governments. The Manitoba Corporate Registry shows that there are 3 directors and 3 officers of Pollard Equities, the company that owns Pollard Banknote, that makes all this money from the lottery system. You have Doug Pollard, you have Gordon Pollard, and you have John Pollard. All 3 of them are brothers, and 2 of them are co-CEOs. So they are 2 brothers managing the company. So what can we say about the future of Pollard Banknote? And why is this important? Well, first of all, the control of the family, this company, Pollard Banknote, makes it sure that it is a solid investment for them because their wealth and their reputation is tied to how they run the business for the lottery companies around the world. And what we can see here based on history, that Pollard Banknote has been on track of making sure that they pivot towards things that are opportunistic for them. And we have seen that by them pivoting away from printing dollar bills for the Canadian government. They pivoted that towards the scratch and win tickets. And from that, right now, they are pivoting towards lottery management for the governments, because the governments don't want to just, set up things themselves, because they know that the bureaucracy involved, the inefficiency involved will go on their bottom line because they know that it's inefficient. But that's why they're able to outsource it towards companies like Pollard Banknote, and a way for Pollard Banknote to have very sticky customer base, because in the face of things, governments, state governments, provincial governments, they want to make sure that what they're getting is secure. They know that they are implementing a tax. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a tax. But it is a tax. It's a stupid tax. And it's a way for them to let people know that they are losing money. But, the prospect of winning, who knows, right? So this is a way for governments to outsource it towards a company like Pollard Banknote, knowing that they're hands-off, and the barriers of entry to these information management systems, lottery systems, tickets, and everything is super duper high. For governments to trust a company to not cheat and to make sure that the secrets are secure, and because they're dealing with millions and millions and millions of prize dollars here, and they want to make sure that whoever they trust are reputable, whatever they're providing to these state governments and provincial governments are secure for their lottery programs. And it's because through these lottery programs is a huge cash cow for these governments. So in terms of in terms of a company like Pollard Banknote, it is hard for any competitor, be it a big tech startup, to try to budge their way into it because the reputation is not there. And something like reputation is so important. Integrity of the lottery system is terribly important for the government because they don't want to look bad. Knowing that they're, they knowingly put their citizenry with this stupid tax. They don't want to call it stupid tax, but through them, they're able to manage this system, and it's terribly important for these governments to make sure that its integrity is secure. So what can we say from COVID-19? This pandemic is still raging on, and local governments can understand that, less revenue is coming from actual stores because, people may not want to venture outside. And a lot of people are stuck inside through stay-at-home orders or anything like that, or the fear of going out. So a lot of people are trying to find ways, especially through the internet, of gambling. So in terms of Pollard Banknote, they're able to have the systems ready so that state governments could still earn the revenues from the lottery system, and people can gamble in the comfort of their own mobile phone or the laptop, and they're able to have their gambling fix. COVID-19 has definitely accelerated the digitization of technology for the lottery. You see it through the huge popularity of making sure that people have access to the lottery. And it's, as I said, it's through their phones or through their laptop that they can in the comfort of their home, have a secure system to, have fun. Because, being stuck at home, it's kind of boring. So you got to do something. And if the prospect of you possibly gaining millions of dollars in prizes is something that is appealing for a customer for the lottery, it's terribly important for the state government or the provincial government because they still need to earn this money from the lottery. So Pollard Banknote has definitely made a lot of strategic acquisitions, especially towards the digital side for the lottery system. And they have tried to make sure that they're on the cusp of what the next level of gaming could be, because people these days may not be, especially the future of gamblers in terms of the lottery system, may not want to go into a convenience store to buy a lottery ticket anymore. Maybe they just want to just go on their phone, just buy something quickly on their phone and be done with it. None of this handling of cash or anything like that. And through the internet and through mobile systems, they're able to do that. So Pollard has definitely made a bunch of acquisitions to make sure that their future is secure because they can see that it's away from the physical and more towards the digital. So Pollard Banknote is not just a printing shop that prints the lottery tickets, that is secure and it's being delivered at convenience stores. Those stuff is actually lower margin. What they want to be is the one-stop shop for governments to be like, hey, I need tickets, or I need the management system to make sure that my lottery runs smoothly. So Pollard Banknote is the place to go as a market leader in terms of state governments that if they want to set it up or they want to maintain their system, Pollard is there. And the name Pollard would stand for integrity, quality, security, things that are so important because you're dealing with millions and millions of dollars and they don't want to screw it up. They don't want things to happen where the trust of the lottery system is affected in any way. So it's very important for state governments to rely on certain companies like Pollard Banknote to supply that product for them. So what I can tell you is that governments, they're like brand managers. They have no systems in terms of making sure that the systems run the most efficient way possible. They're brand managers. They want to make sure that their brand of a lottery is maintained. It's higher margin for them because by making sure that they're not getting involved in nitty-gritty of actually having their own printing presses, their own machines to make the lottery run its course, they outsource it to a company like Pollard. So Pollard remains behind the scenes. You don't even know that they're the ones who are doing it. But in terms of the governments, they're the brand manager. They want a place to have all their systems in place, something that is trustworthy, and they know it will function with high security. You have a company like Pollard Banknote who can do that. So I think in terms of Pollard Banknote, it's such a secure investment as long as you pay for the right price in terms of it. Do your own evaluation, but in terms of the control and making sure that the security of this company is there, it's backed by the family, Pollard, the Pollard family, and they are the ones who have that long-term view, so they're not skewed by Wall Street or any hedge funds to make sure that if they're doing like any short-term thinking. The family is in it for the long haul. You probably might have the opportunity to be part of it. You know, instead of buying your hard-earned cash for lottery tickets, scratch and win tickets, why don't you invest in a company that makes money from the lottery? So in terms of the security of it, I think it's a fantastic investment. If it reaches the right price, I'm definitely going to try to buy it. So thanks for watching, guys. So if you like this video, spam that like button, drop a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe.